This is Dan Cheatham, an architect in Austin. This is your brainchild, right?
Yeah, Michelle and I, we're partners. It's 20 feet wide because it's based on Edwin Waller's original plan for the city, which said in very small footnote at the bottom, all alleys are 20 feet wide. That's why we coined the name 20 feet wide.
Is this the first alley project in the experiment?
Yeah, it is, and I think that's what it's going to be, is an experiment to see how to do other alleys as pop-up, temporary, public kind of spaces. I find a lot of beauty in spaces like this, and it's always amazing to me that people walk around and just don't even see them and take them for granted, and they're so important, not just in terms of function, but light and air for buildings, and also you get to see a lot of history that's kind of usually hidden. But part of what we're trying to do is to highlight the very utilitarian things that we think are kind of beautiful on their own, but also in doing that, create a kind of new personality for the space.
Does it make you sad a little bit that it's temporary?
It does, especially after all the work,
yeah.
Number one. But what's great is it's been very serendipitous, like meeting you and other people that have come in and being part of this. Is kind of like the experience of why I wanted to be in Austin, was collaborating with a lot of artists and people, and so I'm excited to be here and be part of it. So.
What are some of the challenges that you've encountered trying to do this?
Lots of challenges, because there's no precedent. We're the pilot project, so every issue that you face on a major project, fire, trash, any kind of permitting, parking, road closures, etc., is that we all face that on this tiny little week-long project. And
right.
So part of the goal with doing this is to learn from it and begin to understand what can be streamlined. If we were going to do this again, what could we do to make this a little easier?
Well, and I imagine that it's also kind of a test for the city too, to see what it is you're trying to do.
That's right.
And then how to see it be successful.
Yeah.
Are you ready to Pecha Kucha?
I came in contact with the Art Alliance Austin, and that's been a true inspiration to find an institution that understands public space through the lens of art and culture. I immediately went to another collaborator, Michelle Tarsney. I want to be clear that Michelle and I did this together. One of the great partnerships we had was working with Creative Action, who got hundreds of kids to make paper cranes. Each of the birds has a wish in the bird, and it really affirmed this process of kids unveiling their wishes through the art of making and craft. I thought that was really beautiful. We worked with Griffon to create the birds on the floor, and she worked with a friend of mine, Burl Norval. So hopefully as you're moving around tonight, you can see some of these birds. They're absolutely awesome, and it was really fun to watch her do that.
These are chimney swifts, and instead of doing gray, which would be more normal, everything else is kind of getting bright, like the cardinal. We ended up going with hot pink. We're going to go kind of wild with all of the bird colors and just do like fantasy birds. So we're using a temporary field marking paint, because that's what the city approved. They're worried that painting something permanent here would be a little bit distracting for drivers, so we kind of had to like work with what we're allowed to do. Okay, let's pull it up and see how it looks. Oh, baby birds. I'm excited. It's getting done pretty fast.